Hello, Chris here. In this 22-part video series, I'm going to show you how to make an animated farm scene like this in Blender. In the previous videos, we made all of these modules and applied materials to them. In this video, we're going to add a plane and bring all our objects together to make our final scene. Let's get started. This is what we got up to last time. Now that we made all our modules, we need to add a plane and make our final scene. So Shift plus A, mesh plane, go to solid mode so that the viewport is not slowing down. Select everything using A key. Control select the plane to deselect it. Then G to move, Y to move along Y axis and move it to there. Now that's out of the way. Select the plane, S to scale 40 to scale 40 times, then press enter. Press N in the keyboard, make sure this is 80 by 80. Then Control plus A scale. This will change the scale to 1. Now we need to place our object properly. So go to top using number 7. Select our barns. Select this. Then go here, G to move and move it to here. Select the middle one, G to move and place it here. Select this one, G to move, place it here. Change this to -7 and then change this to -20. So that we'll get an exact location. Select this one, change this to 10 and -10. Select this, R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis and place it like this. Then select this one, R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis, place it here. Go to top view, select this one, G to move and place it here. Then go to this view, press N in the keyboard to hide this. R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis and rotate it like this. So you can see our scene is looking like this. Now go to top view, change this to 15 and -17. Now it's looking good. Now we can place our silo in the back of the barn here. So go to top view, select our silo, G to move and move it here. G to move, Shift Z to not to move along Z axis, R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis and place it in such a way that we can see all the details and zoom into like this and place it here. Now we need to place our windmill. So select the windmill, go to top view, G to move and move it here. So you can see it's looking like this. So we need to add a camera. So Shift plus A camera. We need to look through this camera. So we need to move it first. Go to top view, G to move, Y to move along Y axis and move it here. Press N in the keyboard to see the location of the camera. Look through the camera by using number 0. As you can see, it's looking like this. We need to move this camera. So Shift plus key, the key above the tab in the keyboard. W to zoom in, E to increase the Z location of the camera, then D to go to left. You can see the position of my camera on the location tab. Move the camera to an appropriate position. Change this to 11 and change this to -67. So you can see this is an appropriate position. Now we need to move this plane forward a little. Go to top view, go to edit mode using tab, select all, G to move, Y to move along Y axis and move it here. Now if we go to camera view using number 0, you can see it's looking like this. Now go to object mode using tab, increase the camera position a little so that we can see the river we are making properly and place it like this. Now press N in the keyboard. So you can see we got a particularly good position. Now we need to place our other objects in the scene. So go to top view. First we need to place our tractor. So select our tractor. As you can see, it's looking like this. Go to top view, G to move and place it here. Then go to camera view using number 0. Period key on the number to zoom into the tractor. G to move, Z to move along Z axis and move it like this. So you can see it's really big compared to our rest of the objects. So S to scale. Scale it to here. We need to apply the scale, Control plus A, scale. Go to camera view using number 0. We need to move this here. Go to top view using number 7. G to move. R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis. Then G to move and move it to here. Then go to camera view. As you can see, it's looking like this. G to move, Shift Z to node to move along Z axis. And R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis. Place it in such a way that we can see all the parts of the tractor. That we place it there. Now we need to make another tractor so that we can have two of them and place one in front of this barn. So select this one. Since we have the two objects in this tractor, shift to select both of them. Go to top view, shift to D to duplicate it and place it here. R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis, place it here. G to move and place it here. Now if we go to camera view, we can see two of them. Turn on snapping and change it to face project so that it will stick to the plane. G to move. If we move now, it will place the tractor on the ground so that we don't need to worry about moving it above the plane. Select this one, G to move. So you can see it's sticking to the plane. To move and place it here. Then go to material preview mode. Now we got two red tractors. We can change one of its color to green. So select this one. Go to material properties. Then select the red tractor paint material. Click this 3 icon. This will make it into a new material. Change this to green tractor paint. Then change the color to green. So you can see we got two of them right now. Go to camera view and select this one. R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis so that we can see the back side like this. R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis and place it here. Now we can place the trees in our scene. Select the one tree. Go to top view using number 7. Go to solid mode. G to move and place it here. Turn off snapping. Go to top view using number 7. G to move and place it between our barns. Now we got a tree between the two of our barns. Then go to camera view. If we go to material preview mode, we can see our tree. Now we can place another tree here. Select this tree. Make sure the armature of the tree is also selected. That's why we box selecting the objects. Go to top view, G to move and place it here. We turned off snapping, otherwise this tree will go inside the plane since its origin is like here. Then G to move, Shift Z to node to move along Z axis and place it here. Make sure the tree is not inside our barn. Press period key and the numpad to zoom into that tree. Go to solid mode, we can see it clearly. Many of our leaves are inside the barn. G to move, Shift Z, Control Z. We didn't move the armature. That's why we are box selecting the objects. G to move, Shift Z and move it here. Then go to camera view. As you can see, it's looking good. Now we can duplicate this tree and place it behind this one. Then go to top using number 7. Make sure you selected the armature too. Then Shift D and place it here. We go to camera using number 0, make sure we can't see the base of it, seeing it both of them are identical. G to move, Shift Z and place it here. Go to camera view. Now that's looking good. Select this one. R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis. Place it here. If we press spacebar on the keyboard, we can see the animation of our trees. Then stop the animation. Go to frame 1. Need to rotate this tree. R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis and place it in an appropriate position like this. And plus 0 to go to camera view. Now we need to place our wheelbarrow. Select this wheelbarrow, press period key and the number to zoom into that one. Go to top view, G to move and place it here. Zoom into using period key. So you can see it's really big at the moment. S to scale and scale it to here like this. G to move, Z to move alongside axis and place it here. Then turn on snapping, make it to face project as you can see. Now if we move G to move, it will stick to the plane so that we don't need to worry about moving it inside the plane. G to move and place it here. Go to camera view, make sure you can see the wheelbarrow. R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis and place it here. Now we need to make a river in our scene so that we can place the fence and the rocks in our scene according to the placement of the river. So in order to do that, we need to subdivide this plane, which is a floor. Didn't rename this plane. Select this one, press F2 to rename and change it to ground. We need to move this into a ground collection. So press M in the keyboard, new collection, ground. Then click OK. We need to move our camera. So select the camera. Press M in the keyboard, create a new collection, camera and lighting. Then click OK. This will move the camera into that collection. 0 on the number to zoom into the camera view. Both of these trees are looking the same. So we can make a little arrangement. Select this one. S to scale, Shift to Z to note the scale among Z axis. As you can see, it's inside our silo. We need to rotate this. R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis and place it here. G to move, Shift to Z and move it to here. And press 0 on the numpad. So you can see it's looking like this. Make sure the animation is not damaged by pressing space bar. So you can see it's looking good. If you want, you can duplicate this tree and place a small one somewhere here. But that will increase the rendering time since there's a lot of animation. If you want, you can do that. I'm not going to do that though. But I'm going to make this tree a little bigger. S to scale, Z to scale among Z axis and place it like this. Then R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis and place it here. Make sure the animation is not broken. Now we go to our scene, save the file, save. Now if we go to material preview mode, you can see our plane doesn't have a material, but we need to apply a soil material to our plane, but we are going to do that after we make our river. So select this plane, we need to hide everything else. So press Shift H in the keyboard to hide everything but the plane. Then go to solid mode, go to edit mode using tab. We can subdivide it. Select all using a key, right click, subdivide, change the number of cuts to 200. As you can see, it's really small right now. I'm going to change this number to 200. It's not working. So number of cuts 100. Now we can apply a subdivision modifier if you want. Go to modifier properties, add modifier, subdivision surface modifier. Change this both to 1. Then go to object mode using tab. Select this one, apply. Then go to edit mode. As you can see, it's really fine details we got right now. Then we need to bring back everything in our scene. So go to object mode using tab, press Alt plus H in the keyboard. This will bring back everything. Now we need to place a river in our scene. So we can do that by going to camera view. Select the plane, go to edit mode, go to vertex selection mode. You need to go to circle select. So go to this toolbar, select circle, then select this. We're going to make our river from here, then shift to select here as you can see, then shift to select here, then go to top using number 7. Before we make our river, we need to make some changes to this plane. As you can see, it's completely flat right now. So go to vertex selection mode, change this to select a box, turn off snapping, turn on proportional editing, select this vertex, G to move, Z to move along Z axis and increase the circle of influence by using the mouse scroll wheel. As you can see, make a slope here so that we can see some hills from behind. G to move, decrease the circle of influence and make some hills. Go to camera view and make some hills in our scene. Make sure you don't move too much here. We placed our objects in the scene. Make sure it's not under the ground as you move the vertices. So you can see G to move and move it back so that it's not inside the plane. Go to camera view. We can see we got nice hills here and there. G to move, place it there. Then select this one, G to move, place it like this so that we can make some river here. This one, G to move. And go to camera view using number 0. We need to make a river. So select circle. Select this one. Select here. So you can see it's going like this. Then go to top using number 7. Going to place it from here. So Alt plus A to deselect all. Go to camera view. Make sure this vertex is selected. Go to top view and select from here. Go to camera view and make sure the correct vertices are being selected. Go to top view again. Shift to select. Increase the radius a little. And increase it again and shift to select the vertices. Make sure it is correctly selected since we're going to make a river with this. We go to camera using number 0. We can see the scene is looking like this. Can decrease the selection a little. Control plus minus in the keyboard to decrease the thickness of the river. We need to make a curve here, so select here and it's looking good. Make sure nothing is wrong. Now that we selected the vertices for our river, we need to assign a vertex group to these vertices. So go to this object data properties, create a new vertex group. Under vertex groups, if you like this, press this arrow, then click this plus icon, change this name to river. Then click assign. This will assign these vertices to the vertex group river. Now we need to create another vertex group called ground so that we can place a displacement modifier on these vertices. So we need to inverse this selection. So Control plus I in the keyboard. This will invert the selection. Then create another vertex group. Double click and change it to ground soil. Then click assign. Then select the river vertex group. Click select. This will select everything. Then select the ground soil and deselect. This will select everything from the river. You can make sure by selecting the river and select icon. Now we need to move this along the Z axis a little. So go to here and turn off proportion editing. Change this to select box. Then G to move, Z to move along Z axis and move this to here. So you can see it's looking like this. Move this a little to here. Then inverse the selection by using Control plus I. Right click, smooth vertices. This will smooth the vertices. As you can see, there is a lag here. Right click again, smooth vertices. Right click again, smooth vertices. This will remove that jaggedy face at here. Right click again, smooth vertices, and click again, smooth vertices. Do that 1 or 3 times. So you can see it's looking good now. Going to do it one more time. Right click, smooth vertices. This will make a smooth transition to here. Alt plus A and deselect everything. Then select the river vertex group. Select and select that vertices. Right click, smooth vertices. Then right click, smooth vertices and do that 3 more times. Now it's looking good. As you can see, the transition between them is really good. I'll click again, smooth vertices. If we look here, we can see there is this vertex group is above. So we need to move this up a little. Select this one, turn on proportion editing, G to move. So you can see it's looking good now. Now that we made all of these modules and applied materials to them and arranged these modules this way, in the next video we're gonna weight paint and apply a displacement modifier to the river and the ground so that we can animate our river in our final scene. If you like this video so far, please give a like to this video in the bottom, and if you're new to this channel and you want to get more videos like this, you can subscribe to this channel using the subscribe button at the bottom. And if you want to get notified while I release new videos, you can press the bell icon below. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. See you in the next one.